Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. That's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
Welcome to the local lowdown and find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for this edition of the local lowdown podcast. This will be for the June 4th and 5th editions of our newspapers and all the newspapers in Lavaca County, as well as the Luling Newsboy. And I've got my co-host here, Michelle. How are you?
It's almost Friday.
Oh yeah, getting close, isn't it?
It is.
Folks, we're going to start doing a little different way. And I had put that on the group if y'all saw it. We're not going to spend so much time on the newspaper so much as we're going to discuss things in our community and actually around the country and perhaps the world occasionally. But we will do a short thing on the papers. We'll do that first, and then Michelle and I'll start talking about some other topics. So be sure and stay tuned because we're going to be talking about softball and all kind of stuff, and I think that you'll be interested in it. So Michelle, you want to kick it off? Maybe get a synopsis. That's a big word, like watermelon.
Ooh.
On the Tribune. So what you got going?
Of course. So we want to send a big congratulations out to Caleb Kriske, who was ordained a Catholic priest, and you can read all about there's some quotes from him, how he got there on his journey and all of that. It's a great article written by Jimmy Apple, and it is on the front page of our paper, along with Larry Joe tells you all about the weather.
All right.
Because he knows weather. I don't know weather.
Well, that kid that's a priest now, he graduated from Sacred Heart.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, that's good. What else you got going on?
And then we have the St. Mary's Picnic. So that's just a little piece out of Hallettsville, if people aren't familiar with that. So is there a community? Is that Kurth? No, that's not it, right? I don't ever know where I'm at.
Or St. Mary's?
Yeah.
It's west of town, going out by Mud's Tractor Place. You turn right there, and St. Mary's Church is right
Is
down
there a
there.
little community like Praha? But
No, it's just a church.
Just a church.
Basically,
but
yeah.
it's a very pretty old white church, and
Yeah, it's beautiful.
picnics are always fun. So head on over there.
Well, I've had a lot of folks tell me that their meals are some of the best. So that might be something to check out. Does Jimmy have that in there?
Yeah, it's stew, sausage, German potatoes, green beans, sauerkraut, pickles, bread, and dessert. No bones.
All right. Well, that's something you'll like.
It's my kind of meal.
You bet.
$14.
All right.
It's a lot of food for $14.
And you, did you plan to mention anything about the sports, the All-District and All-State?
Yes, Chuck Groff is finishing off the year with all of the honorees from baseball and softball. So make sure you check out the sports page for that. There's also a lot of student awards with end of the year. So the paper is full of great kids doing good things.
You bet. All right. I guess that I'll add in there that my column is about...
They got in my paper.
Yeah, I was so happy because it didn't get anywhere but yours and mine.
I know.
But anyway, people were crowded. They can pick it up next week or whatever. The story's about a a Mexican national. His name was Macario Garcia. Now, I probably misspelled the first name. It's Macario, Garcia. And he was quite a soldier. And when he came home, he faced discrimination. The interesting part about the story is the man wasn't even an American citizen. And I've written about a lot of Mexican people, Mexican men that fought in World War II that were not American citizens. He didn't actually get his citizenship till about 1948, and I think he got this Medal of Honor in about 1944. But he was in the D-Day landings, and it's pretty interesting. And to me, of course, I love history. But check that out, and we always want to remember our classified ads in all these papers. And before we get out of Hallettsville, I'd like to say a little something about our buddy Cal.
Okay.
Do you know Cal?
Cal, who's Ani's son?
Cal is Ani's son, and Ani is our office manager here at the newspaper. And I got word, a little bird told me that Cal listened to the podcast last week.
I'm very proud of him.
I am too. And how old is Cal? Would you say?
He's going to be a sophomore, so maybe 15.
All right. Well, Cal, thanks for listening, buddy, even if you could only stand it for a second or two.
His birthday's coming up, too.
All right.
So he may be turning 15.
All right. Well, Cal, because you listen to a podcast, you have earned a honey bun.
Yes.
So be sure and pick up your honey bun next time you're in here. All right, let's jump on over to Yoakum. What you got there?
So Yoakum Tom Tom is this weekend, which Tom Tom's after tomatoes. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
One time I judged the Yoakum pageant, and that was one of my questions. Do you know how Tom Tom got its name?
All right.
But I don't know. I knew you were going to ask me that. It was about tomatoes and selling, but I don't really remember. And the railroad. It was something, all of that together.
Well, when I went through the paper, I saw a lot of pictures of some beautiful young ladies.
Yes, who will be competing tonight. So best of luck to all of them. I'm excited to go and show my support with the Shiner Royalty. It's always fun to go visit other royalties pageants and support those girls. It is not easy to get up on a stage. Not that I would know. I mean, it's easy for me to talk and be in front of people. I have no nerves. I'm just amazing. Okay, anyway. I'll stop patting myself on the back. But it is hard. It is an accomplishment just for trying out. And so congrats to them. They've already made a big step. And best of luck to these ladies. It is this evening.
All right.
You want to come?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But I wish them all the best.
Yeah, of course you do.
There's a whole lot of them I saw there.
There is. And Tom Tom is also, so it's the pageant kicks it off tonight, but it's events from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and including the parade on Saturday morning. Are you going to go to that?
Tell him what I'm doing.
He had to drink his coffee break.
No, I do good to get out of the house long enough to come out here. But, yeah, that looks like that'll be a fun event. And everybody tells me that the Tom Tom is a fun event. I've never been able to make one of them. But
well, this year's the year.
Yeah.
And I saw our friend Nadine. She decorated her windows, so all the businesses are decorating for Tom Tom. And she decorated the Yoakum Herald Times office.
Yeah.
So congrats to her.
All right. We thank all our advertisers and all our classified ads in all our papers.
Always.
Let's jump on over to Moulton. I guess we've got on the front page, we've got the Catholic daughters giving out their scholarship awards. The whole page, pretty much, or half of the front page is those photographs. And then we had the Commissioner's Court, which probably appeared in all our papers.
And Saturday's D-Day. What's D-Day, Marty?
D-Day is the invasion of France. That's my column is about that. And also, there's a young man. He was in my paper, and I think he was in yours.
The rifle guy?
Yeah, his name is Brody.
He didn't get in mine, but he will next week.
I thought he was. Well, anyway, his name is Brody, and I can't pronounce that.
Broaden.
He's 14 years old, and he is a freshman at Hallettsville High School, and he placed second in the state finals in the light rifle competition. Now, I'm a gun guy, and I'm a member of the NRA, and so when I see these young...
We all know that owning a small business means you wear many hats, but sometimes you really need an extra pair of hands. Upwork is how good companies find great and trusted freelance talent. With more than 2 decades of experience, with the simple and ambitious goal of pioneering a better way of working, companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in staffing key projects and initiatives. They access a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, marketing, and more. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, and get help drafting a job post or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them and take your business to the next level. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com.
Young people come up and learning how to handle firearms and everything. Well, I just want to give a shout out to Brody and tell him congratulations. Inside the Moulton paper, we've got several articles about summer youth activities, and I think there's 4 or 5 of them inside. And then on the back page, we have the senior supper, or the supper for seniors, that was given by the Catholic Daughters of America. And then we have that article about the young man from Hallettsville being ordained as a Catholic priest. And that pretty well takes up Moulton, unless you see something there you want to...
If you need to do something this weekend, Friday and Saturday is 90 miles on 90, which are big, garage sales. So, ads in all 4 of our papers. Check it out.
All right.
Get the information.
Got a big ad there from Gonzalez Healthcare.
Always. It's Men's Health Month. It's all about your health, Murray.
All right. Well...
But you're healthy as a lark. You and Henry Jones.
I could use some help, but...
Not help. Health.
Help. Oh. Help and health.
Oh, geez.
We need to say something about Luling.
All right, well, let's say it.
This is our friend Nicole's newspaper. I saw an article about a principal secretary that was retiring after many years as the principal secretary at Goodrich Junior High. And she's retiring. Her name is Sandra Fernandez.
Well, congratulations to her on her years of service, and hope she has fun.
You bet. And I see Nicole covered graduation pretty good.
Yeah, she got more confetti pictures. This was Prairie Lee's graduation, so congrats to them. I think all graduations are done now for all the high schools.
Do you know how Prairie Lee got its name?
I don't.
Sam Houston. You know who Sam Houston is?
Yeah, are you making this up, or is it right?
Oh, no, it's true.
Okay.
Sam Houston gave that name, Prairie Lee. So that's pretty interesting.
Okay, but why did he name it that?
Well, I guess that's what he liked. You know?
So I kind of feel like you didn't give the whole story now.
Well, that's all I know. But,
all right.
What else? Anything else?
No, but maybe you shouldn't bring stuff up if you don't know the actual
right.
details. Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
You should be. Oh, we did that one already. Shiner Gazette.
All right. How did we get past that?
I don't know. You like to skip it. We welcome Reverend Jacob Mendoza to the Shiner Catholic Church parish. So read a little bit about him. Clayton Kelly with
2 E's. Clayton Kelly with 2 E's.
Definitely interviewed him and got some good sit down and learn with him. There's lots of accolades still. The St. Paul Sports Banquet accolades, Shiner's trip to state, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. And I always like the CTE signing day, which means it's Texas Career Signing Day. So you're either going into career training or a technical college or straight to the workforce with an apprenticeship. So congrats to those kids on their success. And that's about it.
And unfortunately, the girls got beat, and you'll be talking about that
Unfortunately, I will
later.
be talking about it later.
Okay.
All about it.
I think that pretty well covers the paper. We had I don't know how many of you folks saw a picture that I posted on Monday of myself and the famous Henry Joe Yashik.
It was so cute.
And I have never gotten a negative comment about any of those pictures. It's always nice stuff. And I do it on Monday morning. I'll say, good morning, y'all. And then people come and good morning, Murray, and blah, blah, blah. Well, this gentleman, he didn't like it.
He didn't.
No. He said that he figured members of the newspaper, like me and Henry Joe and you and the rest of us, that we shouldn't be having so much fun.
What?
Yeah. He said that we needed to concentrate more on the news and not so much about having fun. So...
Well, first, he's very wrong because we don't have fun.
No. And unless you've ever worked for a newspaper with the deadlines and all, you have no idea what we go through on Mondays and especially Tuesdays. That's the bad day. But I got kind of offended.
It hurts.
And his comment was immediately deleted and he was banned. So he will not be able to do that again. But when you see this podcast come up in the local Lowdown on that page, I would like for you to comment on what you think about somebody that thinks newspaper people shouldn't have no fun. Of course, on that group, we see a lot of old men dancing.
Yeah.
And maybe, I guess that's not supposed to be done. But
I mean, well, let's just say we do try to have a little fun in the midst of our agony and sorrow of reporting the news. But dang, if you don't like your job, I'm sorry, but we do. Sucks to be him.
I think that he's probably retired. He's up in years, but he's not.
So grumpy old man syndrome?
Yeah. He's not as old as me and Henry Joe Yashik. And, I'm a grumpy old man. I even have a hat.
Did you tell Henry? I bet he was hurt.
I told Henry.
Did he cry?
No, he just laughed. But I didn't mention the man's name because I'm not into that. But anyway, I didn't like it particularly.
Well, I doubt he listens to our podcast because this is so much fun. This would really anger him.
And anybody listens to it, they love it.
Yeah. So
Speaking of that.
You're banging on the desk,
Yeah,
Mary.
I know it.
You're going to get in trouble.
I got caught. Look. Okay. People don't know where all they can find this podcast. So I want to let you in on it. First of all, you can Google Local Lowdown and it'll take you to it. But
or if you're Henry, goggle it.
Yeah. But if you don't want to do that, the Local Lowdown podcast is on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and several more. Cashbox and some I don't even remember. But it is widespread. So if you really want to listen to it, you can do it. Now, most of the listeners, according to my stats, most of them come from Spotify. And then second would be Apple Podcasts, which I didn't mention a while ago. So keep that in mind. There's no reason, if you want to listen to it, there's no reason for you not to be able to find it. And one other thing, I found after looking at my stats that it isn't only people in the United States that listen to the Local Lowdown. Now, believe it or not, and I'm going to name 4 countries where we have a what would you say, a splattering, like 4 or 5.
We have wonderful 5 fans.
Yeah. And these countries are Canada, the Netherlands, Costa Rica, and Japan.
Woohoo!
Now,
we love you guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening, all 2 of you or 3 of you or whatever. But I just couldn't imagine why somebody in Japan would want to listen to the Local Lowdown.
Maybe they're stationed there.
Well, now I never thought of that. Might be military. Yeah,
that's
you're right.
I might be
You're
the smartest.
Smart feller. I'm not going to say the other part of that. But, yeah, that's good. Well,
can I ask you this? Where do most of our listeners come from? Shiner? Because everyone loves me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't want to mention that because I didn't want to get into it, but we have a lot of folks coming from Shiner, and we have a lot of folks coming from Yoakum. So, anyway, we appreciate everybody that takes the time to listen. And I'm going to turn this over to Michelle, and she's going to tell you a few things about what she's got on her mind.
Well, my mind is full, for sure, all the time. But last week I had the honor to go to the state softball game. And I mean, it's an honor because it's an act of Congress to get out of this job and actually get off to go somewhere. But I did get to go, and it was a great experience. I think that it's always taken for granted that it is a road and a journey to get there, and it's not always easy. And so Shiner did face different competitions, had to win many games. I think their overall record was like 30-5 or something. So, those 5 losses come hard, especially with the last one being at the state championship. But this is what I always said, and I don't know if it comes from me being a coach's wife or being a former athlete who played games, and you had to get in the mindset that every game you go into, there's 2 teams, and one's going to win and one's going to lose. So your chances are really 50-50. And some days are just not your days, but you learn a lot from just being there, the experience. The garbage truck is here, so if you hear the background noise. But it's an honor to be able to participate up to that level and get those experiences, because they are a lot of life lessons. Because let me just tell you, the rest of your life is about winning and losing. Yeah. So, Shiner...
Well, they got beat, by sundown?
Yes, by sundown, 9-3. The game was pretty close, up to about, I think, the 4th or 5th inning. And some errors definitely hurt them, but, mistakes happen. We all make them. Like we always say, ours are in print. That day, theirs was in print on the score, I guess. Yeah. You can't erase them, but they happen. We're human by nature. We're not perfect. Some of us are closer than others.
Well, Sundown, they're located, in the Panhandle?
I don't know. Dallas, Fort Worth, over that way, right? Okay.
Well, they had never won.
They had never won. And Jimmy and I were certain that would be against them, as far as it's, nerves and the experience plays a key role. And so I will give them credit that they did not let the nerves get the best of them. They fought through. They kept fighting hard. They played hard. I will say that... in my humble opinion, can I say that their inexperience of being there did show in their reactions and in their actions, because if you've been there before, you act like you've been there before. Right. You do everything with respect for the other team because you both worked hard to get there. And it is not an easy game, and the tables could have easily been turned. So you celebrate your victories, and you don't celebrate others' mistakes.
So what you're saying is there were some examples of poor sportsmanship?
There was. And so I am going to, with Murray's permission. I don't need Murray's permission. What am I going to
Yeah, well, Murray's the one that can cut.
That's what he says. He could just delete. But I'm going to put... because I am going to explain something. And Murray said that my biggest mistake on this podcast is always not expecting that people know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I'm going to put the example of the picture up on our local Lowdown of the play I'm talking about. So this girl had hit a bunt, and most of the time, once you pass the game of Little League, a bunt does not result in a home run. Even on errors, it doesn't result in a home run, but it did for this girl. And as she was, when she came straight off first base, she first yelled in the right fielder's face. And that could have been taken as excitement there. But then she realized that she shouldn't have been celebrating. She should have continued running. So she did. There looked like to me, that she pushed off of the third baseman. And as she did, she was having a little trouble with her helmet. But she did throw her helmet off intentionally, which can cause a player to be ejected for a game because you do have to keep on your helmet in the field to play. And all of that, I didn't even really notice a lot of that. But when she did make this amazing jump to miss the tag at home, to hit home plate, she turned around and yelled in the catcher's face. At that point, you made an amazing play. You did a great thing. Your team's right there. Go celebrate with them. That's on your coaches for not correcting that. It's on all the parents that are saying that everyone, that we're complaining, we're meaning me, because that's how I saw it. As it happened, I immediately went from, wow, she made a great play, to, wow, she shouldn't have done that. If it was my kid would have sent an apology and would have been reprimanded in my house.
Well, I'm surprised that the coaches or even the umpire didn't say anything.
That is correct. And there's been, so it's all over. I mean, if you Google it or put it in the search bar on TikTok, it's all over TikTok, has received millions of views. My heart goes out to our catcher from Shiner, Kaylee Bedecker, because I think I know that her mom, and her mom says that her head was down and she didn't even know it really happened until after the game when she was told later and saw the videos of it. But she's been told that she taunted the girl the whole game and different things. Like, we don't know. I'm not saying Haley did or didn't ever say anything to this girl when she was catching. But you go with what you know. What you know is what you saw. And even if Kaylee, which I'm not saying she did, had taunted her, that's not how you react. And you are only responsible for your actions and your reactions to other people's actions. So out of all of this, lesson learned, sportsmanship is of the highest, and it will lead you in a career later, because you will have times that people will be yelling in your face and you have to react. Because if Kelly would have saw her yell in her face, she could have had a reaction to that, and she didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Coach Darrell Royal that brought the Longhorns, the Texas Longhorn football team, back from obscurity back in the late 50s. And they had so much success, several national championships. He would tell his players that when they got in the end zone, to act like they had been there before.
That's exactly right.
And that's on the coaches. In my opinion, that's on the coaches to correct that, because I can understand why, if they had never won a state championship, why they would be excited. But that girl that you're talking about should have been reprimanded by the coaches, and actually the umpire.
Yes.
But I wasn't there, so I'm not going to give it.
But you're going to look at the picture and then give your opinion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, I talked a lot. Your turn.
Okay. That's fine. Just go ahead. You had some more things that you want to talk about? Or no?
So we have in Shiner, we have a lunch and learn. And so a long time ago, I wouldn't even known what a lunch and learn was, but it is great members of our business community that come in and put on an informative meeting. For if you are a chamber member of the Shiner Chamber of Commerce, it is free of charge to go. Lunch is provided. This one is being offered by GVC on how basically their services can help your small business. Which is amazing, no matter if you work at a small business, run a small business, anything like that. Like I said, best part is always food is provided, right?
All right, yeah.
But it is great. If you are not a current member of the Shiner Chamber of Commerce, you can join that day and still get the perks. There will also be a drawing for chamber members for Shiner merchandise. And if you're not interested in joining as a chamber member, we're sad, but you can still show up and pay $10 to get in and learn about GVC and cybersecurity and all of that. So.
All right. Well, did you mention Juneteenth or not?
Oh, I haven't. Juneteenth is coming up. The actual Juneteenth day is the 19th. But there will be a celebration in Hallettsville on June 14th, starting with the parade. And I had talked to the lady that's in charge. Her name is Tommy something. I'm sorry. It's in the paper. Read Henry Joe. I get to talk about Henry. Read right. Henry Joe's Town Chatter. Her name is in there. But contact her. They're looking to make it a wonderful parade. Last year it got rained out and they had a lot of participants. And so she hopes to get the same amount. So help him out. Help him have a great celebration. The Shiner Royalty does plan to come. And we're excited to participate. And I think they are offering cowboy breakfast. So
all right.
Why not?
Well, you know how Juneteenth got its name?
I don't.
You don't?
I actually don't.
During the Civil War, after President Abraham Lincoln had declared that all the slaves were to be free, the news didn't come to Texas for a long time, but the war going on. And finally, this general came into Galveston, Union boats, the Union fleet, and he announced in Galveston that all the slaves in Texas were free. And he did that on June the 19th.
Well, it's then a great day to celebrate.
Yeah, definitely, because slavery is a terrible, terrible thing. So, you know, we were about on the deadline.
No, I have one more thing.
All right, give it to me.
You don't have anything else?
No, I said all mine.
Okay. Well, I read this thing on the internet, and it said prisoners. Of course, Murray wants to know what prisoners. Don't be so critical. But that prisoners have said that in solitary confinement, they hear voices, music, and even laughter. And this is just a sign that your brain will invent a reality if it is deprived of one. Now, can you imagine if someone put me in solitary confinement?
God, I hope they didn't put nobody in there with you.
Well, then it wouldn't be solitary.
It's a good thing they call it solitary, because to me, that would be like, when I think about it, you know, they talk about that they don't want to have the death penalty anymore and all. And I'm thinking, well, just lock Michelle in there with them for about, I don't know, it wouldn't take more than about 24 hours. And that would be the ultimate punishment.
Wow,
yeah.
Murray.
And then if you throw Henry Joe in there too.
Oh, it'd be a party.
Oh, God.
We would be having too much fun, like that man said.
That man didn't like that. But were they hearing ghosts or seeing ghosts?
No, I think it's just that you get... I mean, I hate to use the word crazy, but you get so inside your head that, like, you really start making up what you think the world would be telling you, or what you have to do it. It's like a survival. But it happens to me, and I'm not in solitary. No. I make up my own reality as it is.
Well, you know, being as I brought up ghosts,
yeah,
you know, we have a haunted building right here in Halifax.
Yeah, you want to go tour it? Hey, we could do a podcast from it.
I don't know.
You're scared?
You might have a ghost in there. Well, I didn't even get to tell them where it's at.
Oh, yeah, continue. Sorry.
It's in the old jail. Hallisville Old Jail. You know where that's at?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think there's two young ladies running, and they're always having people come. What do you call that when they're looking for ghosts?
Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call?
Well,
Ghostbusters.
There's another name for it. Supernatural?
Paranormal.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we've got a lot of haunted places around this area. In Gonzales, the old jail in Gonzales is also haunted.
Really?
Yeah. And there was a story, and I wrote about it years ago. Actually, it got in the Victoria Advocate. There's a clock on the courthouse in Gonzales that this man was in the jail, and they actually have the gallows in the jail, inside the jail.
What's a gallows? Tell everyone.
It's where they hang people.
Okay.
And I think most people know that.
I had no idea.
Okay.
So there you go.
Anyway, there's a platform and everything, rope where they hang them. When you get on the gallows, you can look out a window there and you can see the clock tower on the Gonzales County Courthouse. And this guy proclaimed his innocence up to the end. And the saying goes, I forget exactly, but it was something about he was looking at that clock And somehow that clock got haunted by him staring at it, declaring his innocence, and the clock never kept time again.
No.
Now, it might probably fixed now, but back then. And you go in that jail, and those old bars, and there's all kind of carvings and writings on the wall from them prisoners that were in there. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go to some of these jails.
I've been to that jail about 1 million times.
I have never been to any jail because I'm scared. Do you know that I mean, like, obviously I would not survive jail.
Well, you know, you probably ought to take Henry Joe Yashik with you, because there ain't a damn ghost in the world that could stand him. And he'd come start talking, unless they were Czech ghosts.
Yeah.
If they were Czech ghosts or Bohemian ghosts, well, then he'd probably get along with them. But an ordinary, you know, just he goes in there and he starts talking, them ghosts would say, "Oh my God, what is he saying?"
Do you know you got accused of being Czech?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, you did.
Who did it?
I can't say that.
Well,
I can't
tell me after
expose
the
the
broadcast,
person.
'cause I'll
But I'm just telling you that you got accused of being Czech and hating a different nationality because you're Czech.
No, the Czechs hated Germans. The Germans hated the
We're
Germans.
not talking about Germans either.
But the Germans hated Czechs.
Go
more
with
than
the
Czechs.
green color in your mind. Think of
You
green.
talking about Irishmen?
I'm talking about Irishmen.
No, Irishmen like to fight, but they don't.
And
hate.
you only like Catholics because you're Catholic, but you're not Catholic.
No, I'm not a Catholic. When Henry Joe starts, when he starts telling me that I need to join the Catholic Church, I tell him I'm a Muslim. And
For everyone's information, Murray is not Muslim.
no, but I tell him that, and I'm not sure he knows what that is. But
What?
can't never tell. He's a pretty smart fella, but yeah, I can't say the rest of it. But Chuck Groff, Chuck Groff told me that Henry Joe, there's a cafe right across the street from us. What they call it? It's
Boo checks?
No, right across the street from here.
Oh, here.
That Mexican food place.
Give me a second. I have to think about it. I don't know. Well, no.
Terrorita, or something like that.
Tostino. I don't.
Anyway, Chuck Groff told me that they won't allow Yashik over there.
Why?
Well, he said they had a sign up. He said he read it, and he said he couldn't believe it because the sign said "No checks allowed." So, okay. I think that's enough.
I think we should end on a good Czech joke. I think that we should have Henry give us a Czech lesson every week that we put on the podcast.
Well, I don't know. I hope he knows Czech better than he knows Spanish, because he brags about how he knows Spanish. He works at Hoper's, and he'll speak to those
He's
folks.
trilingual, he said. Go ahead, Murray.
I got some more things I could say, but I'm not going to say them. Anyway, before we go, did he have a new question?
He didn't. It's the old question about who was the first president that was televised. Don't say it, Murray. You probably don't know it.
I bet I do. I ought to say it just to mess him up, but
Go ahead. I'll tell you if it's right or wrong. And we'll see if anyone
I
calls
don't
it.
want to hurt the little fella's
He
feelings.
won't know. He don't listen to our podcast,
Well,
sadly,
I'll
Henry.
play it for him. Well, the co-administrator don't listen to it either, so
Okay, I talked about this to someone last night. I don't like hearing my own voice. I don't know how y'all can stand it.
well, yeah, no comment on that one. Well, folks, let us know how you like this new format on the podcast of a little less newspaper talk and a
little more BS.
A little more BS. But I think that's going to do it for us. I hope y'all have a enjoyable weekend taking the Tom Tom Festival if you can, and go to the pageant, and also be sure and take in St. Mary's and any other thing that's going on that I don't know
And
about.
sign up for the Lunch and Learn.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the paper bag or the plastic bag is still stuck in the tree for 3 weeks now.
You want to tell the people what you're talking about?
3 weeks ago, I saw this plastic bag because it stares directly at me through the window we look at. And I told Nicole and Murray about it. And I said, I mean, can you imagine just being a plastic bag flying along and then you're stuck 3 weeks later, it's still stuck.
Well, most like, where is that?
Guess so.
Okay, that's all for me. I'm saying goodbye for now, and we'll see you next week. How about you, Michelle?
Bye. Have fun.
See you, folks.
Bye.